Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are viewing us from. We want to welcome you to Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide's online service. We want you to know wherever you are on your journey of spirit, you are welcome, loved, and accepted. This is a way of life where we honor all paths to God. Now, at this time, let's all take a deep breath. We quiet our bodies and we quiet our minds and we prepare ourselves for service. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough peace, quite enough power to walk through my every fear. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very in this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough peace, quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough peace, quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very room. Is in this very room. Oh yes, it's quite enough love, quite enough peace, and quite enough power right here in this very place. Give me one moment in time when I'm all that I knew I could be. Oh, that one moment in time, I will be. Oh yes, we will be. We will be free. Oh, you're a winner for a lifetime. When you live each moment in time, let it shine. Give me one moment in time when I'm all that I knew I could be. Oh, I then, in that one moment in time, I will be. Oh, yes, we will be. We will be free. Oh, yes, we will be free. Oh, yes, we will be free. Well, once again, hello, everyone, and welcome. As I said in the beginning of the service, wherever you are on your journey of spirit, you are welcome, loved, and accepted. This is a way of life where we honor all paths to God. Our mission is to heal, inspire, empower, and prosper the world through love, prayer, meditation, and by sharing the principles and applications of successful living. Now, we know many of you out there today are having wonderful celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries. Well, we're sending our blessings to you today, right here from Interfaith Spiritual Center. Know that you are loved, and we know you're going to have a beautiful, blessed day. Also, if you or someone you know is in need of affirmative prayer, please place it in the comment box and know that our ministry of prayer will pray over it for 30 days, because we do know affirmative prayer does change things. Now, every week I know we have new viewers who are tuning in for the first time and really wondering what Interfaith Spiritual Center is all about. Well, at this time, we're going to tell you exactly what we believe. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
What we believe. We believe in God, the one power, presence, source, and substance of all that is, whose will for us is eternal bliss, love, health, prosperity, and good fortune. We believe the power and presence of God is within us, and that we can use that power to accomplish anything through our desires, beliefs, thoughts, words, and actions. We believe there are many paths to God. We embrace and support every person's right to worship as he or she chooses. We believe we are eternal and are given unlimited opportunities to succeed and attain our heartfelt desires and goals through prayer, meditation, and by practicing the principles of successful living. We believe that heaven is first a state of mind that we can attain now and forever. We believe in the law of life that states we get back what we give out. We believe that as our humanness gives way to the divine, the Christ consciousness arises triumphant and victorious. And so it is beautiful. Now, I hope you have a little more understanding about who Interfaith Spiritual Center is. Also, I want to remind you on Wednesday night, Dr. Sharron's Spirit, Mind, and Body Connection at 7:30. You can tune into StreamYard, Facebook, YouTube. We're all over the internet. And this month, her lesson has been on the art of blessings. Now, we're in the last Sunday of November, and our theme for the month has been the art of blessings. I'm going to state our affirmation, and then if you would love to, please repeat it after me. Through the gentle art of blessing, I live from a place of gratitude and give thanks for the abundance that is mine. And so it is. Please join me. Through the gentle art of blessing, I live from a place of gratitude and give thanks for the abundance that is mine. And so it is. Beautiful. Thank you. Also, we want to send out our beautiful blessings. This last week was Thanksgiving. Yes. So we want to let you all know that during this last week, we were sending our blessings out to you for a beautiful, thankful Thanksgiving Day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now's the time Dr. Sharron's going to come up and she's going to do a beautiful meditation for you. Thank you so much for your kind attention, and I will see you shortly.
Greetings and namaste. It's such a joy to be with you here today and to acknowledge this truly is the day the Lord hath made, and we consciously choose to rejoice and be glad in it. It is a gift from God. And what I know is on this glorious day, we're in California. We're up here in Desert Edge. I'm looking out on which I affectionately call the San Jacinto Mountains, my Himalayas, and the energy of nature and the beauty that is right here, right now, which is such a blessing. I have loved our theme for the month. And as we go into meditation today, as we really let go and let God do what God does best by means of each and every one of us, what does God do best by means of us? Do you know? Extend love. Exactly. Extend love. So let's take a deep cleansing breath all the way down to the soles of our feet. Breathe in the good, the true, and the beautiful, whatever you conceive that to be for you. This is the day the Lord hath made, and we consciously choose to rejoice and be glad in it. And as we gather today, as we acknowledge the power, the presence, the energy here, right now, we are the two or three gathered together in thy name. We feel the holy I am presence here in the midst of us. Christ consciousness, the holy I am presence. And what we know is that all paths that lead to God are good. That right now, somewhere in the world, a Jew is saying her prayers. A Hindu is chanting a mantra, and a Buddhist is kneeling at her sacred shrine. Right now, at this very moment, someone is lighting a candle in a cathedral. Someone is making their Hajj toward Mecca, for it is the will of Allah. And yet someone else is lighting a fire in a jungle, repeating an ancient mystical drama. Many, many pathways up the mountaintop, and the view is always the same from the summit. In the dawning of the spiritual sun, for a moment all faiths became as one. The Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Jew became as one, and somehow knew that mystic voice that calls to me, oh, yonder person, I am thee. We are one. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. And that life is our life right here and right now. And as we acknowledge that we seek first the kingdom of God, and that all good things are added unto us. Mentally and emotionally, we are in perfect peace. Our mind is stayed on thee. Think about it. We are in perfect peace. Our mind is stayed on thee. We build on that. Physically, we acknowledge that our body is the temple of the living God, of which and through whom which we do such a good work. We know that our God is bigger than any diagnosis. And so we bless all those that support us in the healing process. Relationally, you are as close to God as I am ever going to get. And I am as close to God as you are ever going to get. And if I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, there truly is only one of us. Financially, let us align this morning. God is our source. That we bless every avenue and channel in which our good flows. However, God is our source. And that as we align this morning, as we affirm, I am happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. This makes all the difference in the knowingness that we are happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. And what I want to add this morning is, if there's anyone tuning in that possibly cried themselves to sleep last night, know that this word is for you, that you are not alone, The love of God surrounds you, the light of God enfolds you, the power of God protects you, and the presence of God watches over you. That wherever you are, God is. This is the truth for you and with you. Feel yourself embraced by the energy of universal arms, loving you, surrounding you, and supporting you. You are not alone. And now, as we come together and we acknowledge the peace that passes all understanding, the ground of being, regardless of color, race, creed, sexual orientation, or political affiliation, we are one. We are tipping the scales in favor of spirituality, world peace, and universal love. What a difference. What a difference. My peace I give to you. My peace I leave with you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. You believe in God. Believe also in your own Christ consciousness, your own Buddha nature, your own holy I am presence, that when Moses looked into the burning bush and said, "Who are you? What are you?" the voice of I am answered, "Cast off your shoes, for where you stand is holy ground." In other words, there is nothing and no thing that comes between us and our spiritual knowing. Peace, shalom, peace, Shante, peace, salam, peace, pause, peace, Pax, peace, Friedan, peace, 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 peace. And so it is. And out of this great peace, this energy of light, this opportunity to open to the blessings of life, we have a blessing with us here today. And it's my dear friend, Claudia Thompson, who is going to share with us our spiritual reading and commentary. As you know, Claudia is a lunar astrologer. Please come up. And energetically, she is going to share from her experience and the opportunity that we have to know the truth, and that all paths that lead to God are good. And that what I know is that God created the heavens and the earth, that we're all part of this amazing galaxy. And one of the things I love about Claudia's work is that her ground of being is spiritual, and that she allows herself to spring forth in that energy. So everyone who has a reading with her goes away healed and uplifted. And I really just love that about your work and the energy of, and your science. I mean, it's just an amazing science. And it's, remember, the Magi, what? Followed the star in the east. And where did it lead? To the Christ child within each and every one of us. So we give this wonderful platform to Claudia, and she's going to share with us her wonderful work.
I'm so grateful to be here today with Sharron and with all of you. Fleet, Shirley.
Yes.
So the reading today is about building the spiritual practice of blessing into our daily life. And as we think about the moments and people in our lives, it's clear that each of them give us the opportunity to offer a blessing. To paraphrase Joan Weiss's list of blessings, which includes waking up, giving thanks for taking our first conscious breath, offers up a blessing for the new day unfolding. Daily rituals, gratefulness for a hot shower, and blessings on those who may walk a great distance to gather the water. Blessings on the people who maintain the water system, providing these resources so conveniently. Those we love, imagine each one in the eyes of your heart, knowing that the presence of God is blessing them. Meals, to bless our food and the hands that prepared it, who we are about to receive it as a blessing to our body temple. As we bless the farmers, people who transport the food across the miles, and those working in homeless shelters, we give them the gift of a blessing. Strangers, bless the homes you pass as you drive or walk, or the people you pass by on the streets. Those you meet or talk with during the day, silently bless the person in front of you. To give someone a blessing is to give them a gift that keeps on giving. As the energy of the blessing lives on in waves of love and light, you'll feel a quickening of the Holy Spirit and be uplifted by the unseen blessing. Blessings can be a powerful gift to give someone. A kind word, a genuine acknowledgement, a smile. All may be just the encouragement that people may need. Being a blessing to another person is a spiritual practice we all can partake in, no matter our health, finances, or status. Pray for someone. Listen without interrupting. Leave the good parking space for the unknown stranger that will feel the delight in this. Thank the minister. Surprise a neighbor with a random act of kindness. Maya Angelou tells us, the thing to do, it seems to me, is to prepare yourself so you can be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. Somebody who may not look like you, may not call God the same name you call God, if they call God at all. I may not dance your dances or speak your language, but be a blessing to somebody. That's what I think. Pondering blessings helps me pause a second before I automatically say, God bless you, and to deeply know that my words are creating a compassionate world. I am intentional and mindful regarding this practice and can feel my consciousness rising with each blessing. As we contemplate what a blessing means to us, we expand the energy and create an opening for the universe to pour out its blessings, pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over. Our spiritual path is blessed as the Spirit of God goes before us and prepares the way. And so it is. You know, we have been in quite a time, haven't we, this year? Yes. And as we come to the end of it and we prepare at the time of the solstice to step into a new year, we leave a year of cleansing and clearing. That's what this year has been. And this week, we have Neptune moving into direct motion. And this tells us that kindness, compassion are the things that we want to bring up to the fore. It strengthens our spiritual connection. It reminds us that we're spirit having a human experience. Man, let's make that a delightful one, huh? You know, every day that field of consciousness decides to energize us, sustain us for another day as that spark. So let's see how we can be a divine appreciator and delight the source that we all are. Also, it rules illusion and delusion and drugs and escapism. So choose the high road. Yes. Blessing is one of the most powerful ways to do that. So really allow these words of wisdom that Sharon's going to share with you today, to go deep within. And remember, as we enter a new month and Neptune moves direct on the same day, Wednesday, to bless everything. I've had experiences this past month with the energy in Scorpio. We still got Mars in Scorpio. So we're still feeling a bit of intense emotional energy, right? So I found that blessing, if you just start to bless everything, it's amazing how the things that are getting in your way come up so that you can just bless them away. Try blessing everything and watch the beliefs that come up that say, oh, that doesn't deserve a blessing. Oh, I can't bless that. Because this is your opportunity to go into the basement of your soul and do some real good cleaning, end of the year cleaning. We're going to have an eclipse, a total solar eclipse coming Thursday at 11:44 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is a big one. It's conjunct the United States chart. And if you go to Moon Powered Astrology on Facebook, you'll see the link. I'm going to be talking more about this on my show on Monday. But it really is about beliefs. What do you believe? As Oprah Winfrey says, you'll receive what you believe. So this one pops light into the areas where we have not let go of enough beliefs, where we are not blessing everything, knowing that God has a higher purpose for all of it. So the moon moves between the earth and the sun, and then it's going to pop new light, new information, and a brand new beginning that's going to imprint for 19 years and unfold for the next 30, 60, 90 days. So practice 30, 60, 90 days, blessing everything. I'm grateful for all of you. And I send blessings to all of you.
Beautiful.
And now, here comes our wonderful Fleet Easton.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I get kissed by the sun each morning, put my feet on the hardwood floor. I give thanks for all my blessings as I open up my door. Sometimes I sit on my front porch swing, just soaking up the day. I think to myself, yes, I think to myself, this world is a beautiful place. For I have been blessed, and I feel like I found my way. I thank God for all I've been given at the end of every day. Yeah, I have been blessed with so much more of God's love, to be with the ones that love me, to love them so much it hurts. You know I have been blessed. As I go through the day, I know what you're thinking. I count my blessings when I'm laying in the quiet, and no words need to be said. I have been blessed, and I feel that I found my way. Yeah. I have been blessed, and I feel like I found my way. I thank God for what I have been given, end of every day. Yeah. I have been blessed with so much more of God's love, to be here with the ones that love me, to love them so much it hurts. I know I have been blessed. When I'm falling fast asleep, and I feel that you are with me, I know that I am blessed, and I feel like I found my way. I thank God for all I've been given. Oh, at the end of every day, for I have been blessed. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, I have been blessed. I have been blessed. Oh, you know, I have been blessed. Yes, I have been blessed. Oh, yes, I have been blessed. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. And now Dr. Sharon's going to come up and give us a beautiful lesson. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Reverend Prince Fleet Easton. I have been blessed. Each and every one of us, we have been blessed. And by virtue of the fact that we have entered the planet through the grace of God, which means we don't have to earn it or deserve it or work for it, through the grace of God is that we are open to receive our blessings, pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every single area of our life. And I've loved loved our theme. And I wanted to share with you a quote from David Spangler. And it is a most profound and amazing quote. And I thought I had glasses up here. Did I take them? Oh, good. Wonderful. And this quote is so powerful. And it's just going to reach the very, as our Claudia said, the very basement of our soul. Blessing is not the function of a particular role. It is the natural expression of the fiery love and inclusiveness of our inner spirit. It is the manifestation of a soul fire, and each of us can be its hearth. To bless is not the prerogative only of ministers, priests, and rabbis. It is not the exclusive domain of saints and holy people. It is a natural human ability, and anyone can do it. And anyone can do it. So this morning, to touch that fiery part of our soul and just to acknowledge that gratitude as a spiritual path is to know that I become the blessing that blesses itself. And everyone and anyone who comes within my energy field is healed and uplifted in my presence. And that what is so great about our way of life in metaphysics is that when we feel a lower energy or dis-ease or something in our life, then we turn it over. And we have a beautiful miracle working ministry of prayer at Interfaith Spiritual Center worldwide. And I have my own prayer circle. And when we turn it over, something miraculous happens because we surrender. I of myself can do nothing, but it is the spirit within that does the work. And so these are spiritual laws. The spiritual law of blessing is opening to the energy that has always been there for us. And when Jesus said, bless and curse not, what we bless increases. And guess what? What we curse increases. So we have a choice here for selfish reasons alone. Blessing is the greater component to spiritual reality and realization and the revelation that I and my Father, Mother, God are one, and that we are tipping the scales in favor of spirituality. We are tipping the scales in favor of universal love and oneness. So this morning, I want you to know that I bore witness to this amazing interview by a young woman. Her name is Ivy Olson. And in 1969, she was recently divorced. And she had 2 little boys. And she said, even though I work for a doctor, I spent my money moving into a 1-bedroom apartment. It was rather depressing, but this is what I had to do for that moment. And she said she woke up, the next day was Thanksgiving, and we all experienced Thanksgiving this year, just on Thursday. And she woke up on Thanksgiving. She opened the refrigerator and there were 3 hot dogs. She said no one had invited us to be their guest. Here I was with my 2 boys. We really had nothing to eat. But she said, I got the basket out and I put the 3 hot dogs in it. I took the boys to the park so they could run and play and romp and be boys. And then they had a barbecue and I barbecued the 3 hot dogs. And my older son, who was 8, said, oh, Mom, I'm still so hungry. And she said, I know, honey, I am just so sorry. And she goes, it was the lowest point of my life. And I wanted to keep my energy up for my boys. And she said, we went home, we were walking upstairs. I was feeling very, very depressed, but keeping up appearances for my boys. And all of a sudden, a little old lady came from the downstairs apartment and said, honey, I prepared a Thanksgiving meal for you and your boys. Come. She goes, oh no, we couldn't impose. And so the boys are putting their hands together. Mom, please, we want to have Thanksgiving with this little old lady. Please, Mom. And she said, all right. So they walked down. She said, the room is filled with candlelight. The table was laden with turkey and dressing and salads and all manner of pies and desserts. And this darling lady, elderly lady, said, sit down. And they just had so much to eat. And then she said, it was amazing because then she got out another bowl and said, this is for you, dear. And she said, oh, it's my very, very favorite. It's potato salad along with all of these other wonderful, wonderful, great, sweet potatoes and dressing and turkey. And so she said, for 1 hour and a half, they were there and they were sharing and it was joyful. And when they left, this elderly lady gave each of them a gift and then had containers, the old Corningware containers. In fact, I remember the old Corningware containers and laden with food. She said, we had enough food for a week. It was amazing. And then the next morning, she, got the containers, she washed them, and she knocked on the door of the little elderly lady. There was no answer. She looked through the windows, peering through the windows. The apartment was empty. There wasn't a stick of furniture in it. So she went to the manager. She knocked on the door and she said, where is the little elderly lady that lived over in, the apartment, 2 doors down? And he goes, that apartment's been empty for at least 2 months, 3, actually 12 weeks. It's been empty. There's no one that lives there. She goes, you don't understand. We spent Thanksgiving dinner with this elderly lady and it was amazing. And he said, Ivy, are you feeling all right? She said, it hit her. This elderly lady was her guardian angel. And at that moment, she understood. So she said, it's fine, I understand, thank you. Because he said he looked at me like he wanted to call the Psychological Institute to have me committed. What do you mean? No one's been there for at least 12 weeks. She said, I walked upstairs and I thought, there are angels among us. This was my guardian angel. Oh, honey, come on down. I prepared Thanksgiving dinner for you and the boys. And she said, my life turned around at that moment. And it was so magnificent because she said that for an hour and a half, she was loved unconditionally. She was supported. She wasn't looked at less than. She was acknowledged as a human being. She said, I realized that I was worthy, I was deserving. And guess what? I was a good mom. And she got out of a very abusive relationship. From that moment on, everything shifted for her. She ended up, and she said, I'm surprised I didn't get it at the time because she knew things about me, even though, I worked for a doctor and I just started working. She goes, well, dear, how are you enjoying working at the doctor's office? And she said, how did you know that? She goes, I just knew. And then when she brought out the potato salad, she says, I know this is your favorite. How would she ever know that was my favorite? And she said, at that moment, I got it. I had an encounter with my guardian angel. Now, Ivy also went on to move to Hawaii, to Oahu. She started the Angel Network for mothers who are starting out in their new life with their children. And the Angel Network gives them support. It gives them acknowledgement. They have a group. You're not less than. You are deserving. It's so interesting about our society. And it's very sad and unfortunate that some people are judged according to their financial status and, how many toys you have and all of that. That's so unfortunate because as David Spangler said, there's fire in the soul. And when there is fire in the soul, we can be the hearth that brings it forth to others, to warm others as they come within our energy field. And when we understand that each of us, and I love the mystical element in metaphysics, because at times we're just too mental. There's a cause and effect relationship, the laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, the revelations of religion applied to human need and the aspirations of every living soul. So when we open our hearts to realize, and as Dr. Holmes said, that the warmth and color is the soul energy within us. And that as we open to the soul, we connect with other souls. That this was a Thanksgiving miracle. She said, I started out that morning so depressed. What am I going to do? You know, I looked in the refrigerator, I had 3 hot dogs, put them out on the barbecue, kept my energy up for my boys. And then, isn't it interesting? She's ascending the stairs and she hears, oh, honey, honey, I prepared Thanksgiving meal for you and the boys. Come. And they wafted into this candlelit, and I mean, it was so beautiful, you know, her description, and the food so overladen, you know, and the energy of taking with them. She said that food lasted us for a week and that it shifted everything. She said, in an hour and a half, I realized I was loved. In an hour and a half, I was supported unconditionally. And it changed everything. So what did she do? When she finally got on her feet and moved to Hawaii and created the Angel Network for women who were having challenges after being newly divorced or widowed or whatever, and gave them a new lease on life. She went back into the marketplace as the ancient bodhisattva in Buddhism with healing, helping hands. This is why I absolutely love our way of life. Remember when Jesus had the loaves and fishes, the 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and what did he do? He offered them up and he said, thank you, Father, that thou hast heard me. And I know that thou hearest me always. He gave thanks. And then he said, feed the multitude. And at a church in Arkansas, they had 20 people make 20 turkeys, and they made enough food for 400 people. And she said by 11 o'clock, they were going to do from like 11 to 2. They had a line all around the church parking lot, and people started piling in. They had enough for 400. And people kept coming in and coming in and coming in. And when one plate would, one container would empty, there was another container and another container. They had 2,000 people come that Thanksgiving. Can you imagine? 2,000. They had enough food for 400 people. Where did the extra food come from? And when Jesus talks about divine substance and the energy, thank you, Father, that thou hast heard us. And I know that thou hearest us always. Feed the multitude. Feed those that are hungry. In metaphysics, our sacred mythology is about this divinity within each and every one of us, that we can move forward realizing that there is a divine substance. And through this substance, there is what? A magnetic energy that as we bless it, what does it do? It increases. It increases. So as we come together, acknowledging blessing as a spiritual path, and I just have to absolutely repeat this because I love it. Blessing is not a function of a particular role. It is the natural expression of the fiery love and inclusiveness of our inner spirit. It is the manifestation of a soul fire, and each of us can be its hearth. To bless is not the prerogative of only ministers, rabbis, and priests. It is not the exclusive domain of saints and holy people. It is a natural human ability, and anyone can do it. You can do it. I can do it. Everyone here at the Rose of Sharron Sanctuary can do it. We are all part of this amazing, amazing network of energy, of this what? It's a divine web. And that we did not weave the web of life. We are merely a strand on it. And with great unconditional positive regard, we bow to each other and we acknowledge the blessing that we are to each other. And when something appears not to be a blessing, we bless that. We bless those that curse us and say all manner of evil against us for his name's sake, because what are we doing? We are forwarding and advancing the energy that allows 2,000 people to come in and to have them absolutely cared for and supported. We are all part of that energy that awakens in the morning and thinks, oh, what am I going to do? And have the angel of the presence who carries healing in her wings say, honey, I've prepared a Thanksgiving meal for you. It's all here. It's laden with love, with all your favorites. we are all deeply, deeply connected, intimately connected. And this Thanksgiving, in fact, on Friday, my dear friend Kay, I call her our in-house mystic, brought me lunch. And we just sat out in the rows of Sharron Sanctuary. Our weather up here has been like in Indian summer. It's been so beautiful. And we talked about blessings. And then we went live on Facebook and really acknowledged the energy of blessing, that soul fire that is within us, and that everything in our life is a blessing. Bless and curse not. See if I will not pour you out a blessing, pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every area of your life. So I want to just acknowledge our viewing audience this morning and the opportunity that we have to be a blessing as we move through this last month of the year and we move into 2022, and to release, as Claudia said, to release what no longer serves us. We don't want to drag that stuff around. The Bible states any man putting his hand to the plow and looking backward is not worthy of the kingdom of God. It's about looking forward, isn't it? And as we look forward, life goes not backward nor tarries with yesterday. Life is the forward progression of the soul, that we live in the present. We're mindful of the present, and we open to the blessings of life. And that makes all the difference. So today we're all going someplace. Do you know where that is? Higher yet. Where is it? Higher yet. Where is it? Higher yet. For we are in a high place, and we will not come down. None of these outer things move us. We are in a high place, and we will not come down. So I say to you, namaste. The divinity within me salutes the divinity within you, and the divinity within you salutes the divinity within me. And if I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, there is only one of us. Namaste. I say shalom, the peace that passes all understanding. And God bless us, every single one. And so it is. Thank you. And now our wonderful Reverend Fleet, Prince Easton, is going to share a beautiful song with us. We're just so blessed to have his energy, and his life is unfolding in just miraculous ways.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places have their moments. With lovers and friends, I still recall. Some are gone and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all the friends and lovers, there is no one compared to you, and the memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. you more, though I know I'll never lose affection for the people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them, but in my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. Thank you so much. And now Dr. Sharron will take our offering.
All right. Are we on?
Yes.
Good. This is our time of giving and receiving. However, I did want to share with you that on Amazon.com, you can get Louise Hay and Friends, Gratitude, A Way of Life. This is a wonderful book of many wonderful luminaries on the planet. I'm one of the co-authors in this book, and Wayne Dyer and Joan Borsinko and many, many wonderful authors really looking at gratitude. And what I found is my discourse was one of the most negative things in my life when I was a child, and how it turned out to be the greatest blessing. And when we make that shift, miracles really do happen. And I want to talk about the miracle that our doors are still open after 2 years, almost 2 years in March, that a fleet is still employed, that and he's very patient when sometimes we're a little late, but we always know that it's there. So when you get that feeling like, oh, it's a little bit scary and you're looking at your bank account, we just have to keep blessing what's there and acknowledging that God is our source. So those of you who have, sent in your tithes, your love offerings, and financial gifts, just know that our hearts overflow with gratitude, that our doors are open. This, to me, is a vital message of universal love and oneness that our planet needs to hear to empower the planet. And there are many causes out there, and homeless shelters, and Martha's Kitchen here in the desert, the well in the desert, that we have donated to throughout the 20 years that I have served at Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide. We had a wonderful 20th anniversary celebration on the weekend of September 1st, when I came here in 2001. And I just thought 20 years, amazing. In the 46 years of being an active minister, that consecutively, and someone said to me, what do you mean consecutively? I said, it means I didn't take 20 years off in between to do other things. It means that 46 years consecutively of fulfilling my ordination vows, which I take very, very seriously. And I'm so grateful. And one of the greatest things I'm grateful for is that I have a higher purpose, that no matter what I've gone through in my life, that I arise with the phoenix from the ashes of burnt offerings, triumphant and victorious over a higher purpose that goes before me and prepares the way, no matter what my subjective experience is. This is one of the things I'm the most grateful for, and that everything has flowed out of that. It's been such a blessing. So please take your gift in your hand and repeat after me. I give this gift with love and joy.
I give this gift with love and joy.
I give this gift as a sacred expression of who I am.
I give this gift as a sacred expression of who I am.
In giving to God, I give to myself.
In giving to God, I give to myself.
I give thanks for the abundance that is mine.
I give thanks for the abundance that is mine.
And so it is.
So it
Amen.
is. I
am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And we always get our hands together like this. Because what are we doing? We are activating all 5 key elements of the universe: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. Saying, thank you, Father, Mother, God, for the generosity demonstrated on this glorious Sunday. We receive these gifts pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every area of our life. For we know the same opening that we give through is the same opening we receive through. And so it is. Amen. Again, this is Louise Hay and Friends, Gratitude, A Way of Life. And you can actually get this on Amazon.com. And now our beautiful Claudia, who has a great voice, and our Reverend Prince Fleet Easton are going to close us on with our anthem for this time, this interesting time on the planet. Shower the people with love.
Well, she's back. Don't we just love her? You know, she had to take a little break, 2 weeks ago, and she went off to doggy day camp because, it gets very taxing being a internet media star.
Did you go to the spa? Is that what
So
you did?
she's going to join us today along with Claudia, and we're going to sing our closing song, Shower the People with Love That You Love.
She's going to sing.
I said, she always sings. She tries to take over, What can you do? She's a diva. You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me how you're gonna stand there with a broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool. You know one thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, do it twice. Take it, Claudia, and just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. What I mean to say is, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You know you can run, but you can't hide. This is widely known. And what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself, all alone. Once you tell somebody the way you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I guess it's true what Penny says about the squeaky wheel. That's what she says. It's always getting a grease. So you gotta shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. And she's what I mean to say is, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Make it rain, rain love. Make make it rain, rain love. Oh, once again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today right here at Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide online service. As I said in the beginning, wherever you are on your journey of spirit, you are welcome, loved, and accepted. This is a way of life where we honor all paths of God. And Minnie said that's the truth, and she's sticking by it. So once again, I want to remind you on Wednesday night, Dr. Sharron Spirit, Mind, and Body Connection at 7:30. As I said, you can find it on Facebook, StreamYard, YouTube, and it's on the Art of Blessings. So until next week, we're going to say have a beautiful week. We're going to give you our big kiss to send you off with. Are we ready? Here we go. Mwah! Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We know that you were not here by accident. You had a divine appointment to be here with us. So until next week, take care. God bless